team win. Excited for the guys in the locker room. They were excited too. Got a lot of former great players that were back, with Al being here too. It's awesome to have some of those guys around and experience it too. And Al talked to our football team a little bit at the end. You can tell his passion and emotion for the power team, this football program, and it was a great message for our guys too. And obviously the first half, thought all three phases played really well. There's some things in the second half that you can't do. It's a great learning lesson for our players, just the competitive edge and how fine of a line it is, and you got to be on the right side of that for 60 minutes, and you pull off just a little bit, you lose focus just a little bit, and all of a sudden the things that were happening don't transpire in the second half. So some things that we got to be better at, coaching staff included. Overall, great win for our program, and enjoy it tonight, and then get back to work next week for a really big football game.
Questions, we'll start with Austin.
I know not satisfied with the second half, but when you look at how thin you guys are going today with all the injuries and guys that were out, proud of how the guys that stepped up, like Brandon Turnage and some of these guys that contributed.
You look on the defensive side of the football with the guys that we have out, starters, and maybe a guy that was a backup that was playing a week ago. There's some new guys out there today. They showed up, they played assignment sound, they communicated the right way, they played extremely hard. Lot to be proud of with a lot of guys back there. You mentioned Brandon Turnage. Guy played, I'm not going to say flawless because I haven't watched the tape yet, but he played rock solid today. It was a great effort by him.
David?
Josh, on that touchdown from Hooker to Peyton, I think that was a three-play drive, and it was like the 17th play of the game. Obviously, he got all alone in that secondary behind him. Was that a scripted deal? Was that part of the original script? Because it seemed like y'all were going slants and sideline routes, and then all of a sudden hit that deep.
Yeah, just situational football, the way things unfolded. Where bodies were placed, we had an opportunity to stress the defense there and take a shot. And protection was really good on that play. Henry did a great job of reading it out, and got to the deep post there by Javante. It was a great way to start the second drive right there.
Adam in the front, then Patrick.
Yeah, I know you would like to win no matter how you could, but can you appreciate the fan experience of how fun this brand of football is to watch?
I hope they enjoy the heck out of it. That we're going to play fast and physical in all three phases of the game. Offensively, yeah, we're probably a little bit different than what's happened, but the defense too, man. Like the ability to be multiple, to be aggressive. Our kids are competing really hard, and I think that's the first step to making this fan base in this state extremely proud of who we are on the football field.
Coach, it looked like Hendon had another pretty efficient day. I think Coach Golish this week talked about how you guys know what you're going to get in him because he's so consistent. How much does that make your job as a play caller and as a staff easier, knowing that he's going to be steady and do what you guys ask him to do?
Hendon's continuing to grow into us offensively, to have complete command of what we're doing. That's in the run game, that's in the pass game, it's understanding protections. You can see that we trust the ball in his hands in certain situations too, and continues to grow and take great care of the football, has great command, and the players have responded to him in a really positive way.
Eric, then Rob.
Another productive first half offensively. What goes into making that a theme the last 4 games of the season?
Great preparation, great focus, understand what you're going to see from the other side of the football. You see something different, being able to adjust. Had to do that a week ago, and then executing. And so those were the great things that we saw early in the first half of the football game. Second half, not far off. It's not all 11, but just being a little bit off, and you got to be better there and play a complete 60 minutes.
Coach, I know you'd rather, like you said, play a complete 60 minutes, but as a coach, is it also you also like it, and you now have some teaching, some stuff you can point to on film and say, this is what happens when you guys don't bring it for.
Yeah, I don't think I liked it during the last 30 minutes of play, but certainly on Monday there will be a lot of things that we can catch our guys' attention with, and if they're not going to, walking in the building, we won't have their attention. We should have it by the time they sit down and watch the first few minutes of the video with us. It's coaches and players together, though, in everything that we're doing. There's ways that we got to be better as a staff. The great thing about this group of guys, and we're far from perfect, but they care about each other, and they're prideful, and they've had growing really good habits, meaning that we continue to get better week to week. How we practice, how we meet. If we continue on that course, we got a chance to be a better football team next Saturday when we step on the field.
West, then back to Austin.
Couple things real quick. Is Tyon all right? What was the deal there with him?
Yeah, at the end of it, just didn't want to put him in. We'll find out more as the weekend goes on.
And with the injuries overall, I know that you knew going into the season the numbers were what they were. I mean, just as a coach, how concerning is this? How unusual is it to be in a situation where you've got, this many guys hurt? You're kind of working down the depth chart.
If anybody here's got eligibility, please let me know after the press conference. I'll be open to try out here on Sunday. Okay. Now, our guys got to have the next man up mentality. You saw today, guys that maybe hadn't gotten their opportunity yet. We're ready when the opportunity presented itself today. If we continue to work and prepare, and it's about the team, then when you get your opportunity, you'll be ready to play the way we need you to.
First 3 or 4 months you were here, this is still the recruiting dead period, and then you got to have camps. I know you guys want to be able to put some stuff on film, and you're halfway through the year. What do you think recruits are seeing in this program right now? What do you think the 3 official visitors here today and a bunch of unofficials? So what do you think they're seeing week to week with you guys?
Yeah, for a long time, when you take over a program, you're talking about what it's going to look like. That's in your building and it's on the football field. It is, with it being a dead period, once June hit, we were able to get them around us. And young men that are looking for the right things in their college football experience, I think, gravitated towards our program. Now you get an opportunity to see what it looks like on the field. We want to be the fastest, most aggressive football team on the field every single Saturday. And some people approach that with, hey, that's an offensive mindset. No, that's how we want to be in all 3 phases of the football game. I know recruits are seeing that week in and week out. They can see us growing as a football program. They see the fun that our players are having in the build-up of the week and how they perform on Saturday. They see how hard we're playing as a family. And when you do those things, you know that the foundation of your program are really rock solid to be able to do those things as we continue to grow.
Back to Patrick.
Coach, a couple things on the receivers. Obviously, Bayless had another good game in the slot. Is that a move you maybe would have gone to earlier had he not been kind of banged up in preseason? Also, with Jalen Hyatt making the play early in the game, was that just him having a good week of practice to get in early?
Now, I mean, we believe in Jalen as a player. You know what I mean? Believe in him in competitive situations. He's only going to continue to get better. The tough thing for us as an offensive unit is, whether it was spring ball guys missing to training camp guys missing, the jigsaw puzzle was never really able to be put together. We had guys that did a great job early in training camp and all of a sudden missed, 2 or 3 weeks leading up to the first ball game and weren't ready to play until week 2. And as young as we are in this offense, and some of them are young anyways, just as football players, it just took us a little time to piece things together. Bayless has the ability to play inside and out. Believe in him in both spots. We got a lot of really good young slots that we believe in too. Jalen had a really good day today.
Coach, y'all were one of the run-heavier offenses on first down going into this game, but 7 of your first 8 first downs were dropbacks by Hendon. What caused that change this week?
It's the way you're going to attack people and your belief in what he's doing, being able to take care of the football, being able to read things out. And, sometimes you want to change up who you are. They're scouting you too.
We'll go to the back. Courtney.
Hey, Coach. You guys have been pretty good cleaning up on the turnovers as of recent. Once again, no turnovers today. What have you seen that's really changed over the past couple weeks?
Guys doing the little things right. When you have it in your hands, securing it. The football's the team, man. You got to take care of it. It's little things of how you carry it. It's, putting your second hand on it when you're in traffic. It's getting pad under pad so they don't get a helmet on the football. But there's other things too. There's protections, in your pass game. Good decision makers, wide receivers being in the right spot, catching the football when it's in their hands. There's a lot of things that play into it. It's not just one position. It's all 11 guys doing their job at a really high level.
Jimmy in the front.
Josh, you were 8 out of 9 on third down conversions in the first half. What led to that efficiency?
Some of it was the situations that we were in, our ability to be balanced. Weren't in a ton of third and extra longs. Execution, good protection when we dropped back and threw it. Efficient in our run game. couple really nice runs, getting pad under pad and finishing, +2. Just the opposite in the second half when we weren't converting.
To the right.
Hey Coach, you guys have two really tough games coming up these next 2 weeks against number 17 Ole Miss and number 1 Alabama. How much do you think these past 2 wins will help your team's confidence going into those 2 games?
I think it helps just in the buy-in. That was a question, last week, and for our players, I think they've seen that if you buy into the process and do it at a really high level, the results will come. We're continuing to grow. This is a game of 1 week seasons, man. Every week's different. All we care about is enjoying this one for our players tonight. I'll probably flip the switch pretty quick here, and then we'll be on to the next one here with Ole Miss.
Back to West, front right.
Coach, I think it was 38-20 there when y'all maybe took the ball there in the fourth quarter, and still we're kind of going tempo a little bit. A lot of teams kind of slow down that situation. Y'all just playing the way you play, playing that fast, aggressive, kind of keep them on their heels.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was 38-20 at that time. Maybe it was. I'd have to go back and look at it. There was a portion of it where we felt like we hadn't gotten in rhythm and to just get the first down and get to a situation where you had an opportunity to drain the clock. It was important for us to use a little bit of tempo at that time to help us.
David.
Josh, you're 4-2 now, a lot closer to 5-1 than 3-3 at the midway mark. Is this, can you kind of assess where you think you are, where you expect it to be? I know it's kind of tough to give a mid-season snapshot right at the end of a game, but are you kind of where you thought?
And we were good enough to win today. End of the day, that's really all I'm thinking about. It's what our players need to be thinking about too. Is you walk off the football field, you're either good enough or not on that given day. It's a hard game, tough, played by a bunch of really good players on both sides, good coaches, and highly competitive. So pleased with the effort today. It's a week of 1 game seasons. I think our guys will flip the script on Monday when they come back in the building and be ready to have a great week of preparation for Ole Miss.
Coach has time for one more. Anything else? All right, thank you. We will have players shortly.
Guys, appreciate it. Have a great day.
Players will include Valus Jones,